This is one of the most dogshit videos I've ever seen. Sunny's conclusion practically blames Kris for not taking the MrBeast brand into account before transitioning. Imagine showing such little regard for the welfare of a human being. All these words were said to famous YouTuber SunnyV2 after his Kris Tyson video where he called Kris a nightmare for MrBeast. However, after a huge wave of hate, SunnyV2 changed the title to "How Will the Kris Tyson Situation Impact MrBeast?" In his video, SunnyV2 was originally just talking about the situation with Kris Tyson's transformation.
Fans began to notice that Kris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude, yet beginning in March 2022, Kris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Kris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" The true catalyst for Kris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Kris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Kris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Kris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end.
And also emphasized that MrBeast supported his best friend as much as he could, despite the fact that many did not share their stance.
In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life," which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times."
Kris's presence had already had a negative effect on MrBeast, and SunnyV2 emphasized this point.
However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled "Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes," Kris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Kris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
"Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you."
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, MrBeast. That is my tagline.
But the main part that caused 90% of the audience to turn against SunnyV2 was the last part of the video.
It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Kris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Kris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussion. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Kris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Kris to resign himself.
Everyone began to demand an apology from SunnyV2, predicting his career would soon end, or so-called cancellation. And many would start to apologize to avoid all possible problems, but not SunnyV2. He continued to make videos as before and just ignored all the hate directed at him. And when the situation died down, many people never remembered how much they hated SunnyV2 and went back to his channel. And all this silence lasted for about a year, until the end of July 2024. Many details of Ava Kris Tyson's past began to emerge. Videos of Ava Tyson talking to an underage lava fan on Discord, discussing Belle Delphine with the underage, which is not normal or a joke at all. Twitter conversations in which Ava Tyson allegedly accidentally wrote, "I love you," and then tried to explain that I love playing Minecraft with you. Jokes about sending explicit photos to the first person who signs up for his Patreon. Despite the fact that Lava himself tried to justify Ava Tyson, the mechanism had already started, and many people simply did not take all of Lava's words seriously or as truth, because such a practice as defending your idol to the end, or fear of admitting anything, still exists. The connection with a very specific artist, Shadman, who is known for his and one of those paintings Ava Tyson bought and hung on the wall of the house, thus directly sponsoring the one who, for a joke or a very strange revenge, drew Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter. And in the moment when it all started, many people suspected that this situation would directly affect MrBeast, but few expected that the scale would be so huge. But more on that later. And in just 1 week, SunnyV2 has gone from transphobe to seer, receiving nothing but compliments instead of accusations and insults. I'm glad this is happening. The year of 2024 really is the year of uncovering truth. Kris Tyson and literally everyone that still supports him. And now practically every comment under his video looks like they hated him because he told the truth. Start, he's transphobic. End, oh God, he was right. This man never apologized, never replied to him getting canceled, and got the last laugh in the end. Amidst the escalating situation with Ava Tyson, one of MrBeast's former employees appeared, who created the Dogpack 404 channel. His first video is called "I Worked for MrBeast. He's a Fraud." He started his video with a rather creepy fragment, which according to the author's own statements, was made under drugs.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you, enjoy the video.
But when many people started to say that in this case it's not worth trusting this YouTuber at all, he posted a post with an explanation. To believe him or not, I will leave it up to you. There were a lot of minor things in the video, like Jimmy using computer graphics in his videos. But there were also a lot of more serious allegations, like rigging the girls to win a contest.
To a former MrBeast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money.
Or using his friend in videos where he always gets something.
It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really gonna change your life. Unless it ended up being 100 people in a circle competing for $500,000, but that's a smaller prize and much worse odds. So like, did they just pocket the money or what? Hey, it's the pilot guy.
Let's get it!
Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Mac.
But the biggest accusations against MrBeast were for his t-shirt raffle.
And it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using MrBeast's signature. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is gonna win.
In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000? We do. Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are gonna put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay?
About the response of one of MrBeast's managers, the lawsuits, the backstory, Dogpack's interviews with other YouTubers, I would like to make a separate video when the situation around MrBeast becomes clearer. And it is important to take into account the fact that Dogpack stated that he has no intention to stop. So SunnyV2 predicted the future, and although he didn't guess the reason why many people will start to break MrBeast, but he said the right person. After all, If it wasn't for Ava Tyson and the situation around him, which has been developing for a long time but has reached its peak now, then maybe this exposure wouldn't have happened. Dogpack picked the best moment to start his fight with MrBeast, and all those who blamed SunnyV2 for his opinion now realize that this guy was damn right.